So today I'm going to be um, channeling the Ascension Council. Sorry, they're already coming in. Whatever information they relay, I definitely feel like it's something around the Ascension. So I just want you to be aware of that. Okay, so give me a minute because it takes a minute or two to get in, and then we'll start. As you are moving through this process of transformation from what you call the 3D to 4D, 5D energies. This energy transformation, there is always an overlap of frequency when we are looking at this transformational time. When other planetary systems move through this time, moving into a subtler energy system, as you would call it, a subtler frequency, a higher frequency, as you say, or we would just call it a different octave of energy systems because all of them are valid. But when you are moving through these different transformational energy systems and moving past old frequencies into and bringing forth newer energy systems, when this is happening, it can feel very disconcerting to especially the mental and emotional bodies of the human. And the reason that these mental and emotional bodies get so activated is because as you're moving through the 3D consciousness, opening your systems to 5D consciousness, it's going to bring forth the mental and emotional bodies to become more in balance. And then it also will feel within the human the imbalance of the energies that we are speaking of. Meaning, when you are bringing those bodies more into balance, the mental, emotional, physical bodies into centeredness and balance, as you're doing that, it will feel like things are being pushed and pulled and prodded and pulled apart and tried to be put back together. It will feel very discerning for the human. And this is the process moving from old frequency into new frequency. We use that loosely because it's easier just to say old and new. But remember, it's always an overlap of energies, meaning the frequency of what you call 3D into 5D, those energies are have to merge a little and then like merge and then create, merge and create, merge and create. So think of it like the sperm and the egg when they are merging together. They're merging into one unit, and then they're creating. So they're breaking apart, and they're just creating and moving into a new system, which is what is happening for you. You are in a birth time. You are in the creation experience. You have been in this creation experience for a few hundred years, but now we are in accelerated position for this. It has taken a lot of time and space because the consciousness of the human had to be available for the next level of evolution. And it is only available when the human is in a alignment of the availability of the higher consciousness. And this happens as more and more beings are being born, yes, born into the bodies. And as those higher consciousness are being brought into the frequency of the human collective, meaning you would call them light workers, or they say star seeds, or they say spiritual awakening. Those beings do bring in a higher consciousness. And some beings who are being born right now are trying to pull in and hold the lower consciousness as well. And so there is a energy opportunity for you to choose. You are not obligated to do anything. You choose that is part of the matrix of the human experience and what you call the Gaia Earth plane. And it is part of the matrix because you have the opportunity to stay in the lower dense material of what you call 3D experience, or you could shift perspectives into the dimensional opportunity of 5D. And every moment you can waver between the two, and that is not bad or good. It is just what it is. The more you hold the consciousness of evolution, of 5D consciousness, the more opportunities that you as a human individual have and as a collective. Now, we are going to move back to understand the collective opportunities for the ascension process for you and for the collective. So, as you are moving through the collective experience of 5D energy systems, there will be times when those lower energies of 3D will hold on to its experience. And that is of duality and only of duality. You are choosing a more merged consciousness energy in 5D and a separated consciousness in 3D. You are making a choice as a collective. Understand this. You are making a choice as a collective. So the more you separate and separate and separate the consciousness of this is good and this is bad, or I am right, you are wrong, or that pulling of I want control and you don't have any control, that energy of the duality, as you say, is the separation, separation, separation of consciousness. So you are choosing separation of consciousness or merging of consciousness. Which one are you choosing? Separation of consciousness or merging of consciousness? We are asking you, of course, as the Ascension Councils, to please merge consciousness. Be more in the oneness consciousness. As we are speaking to you, we are in a merged consciousness experience. So we are merging many consciousnesses together to express this information to you, to model for you what a merged consciousness feels like, what it seems like, what you sense within that. But you are still on your earthly experience here, choosing separation consciousness on many levels. And this is because it is part of the matrix of the frequency of what you call the duality of 3D. And it is not, again, right or wrong. We are not expressing that because we don't see it that way. We see, oh, they are learning to walk in 5D and they are wobbling and they are having trouble. They're running a little bit and then falling flat on their face. This is a normal process and it does feel very difficult. You're questioning what is going on around you and within you. And this is a normal process. We have worked with many planetary systems that are moving from the more dense material into a higher frequency. And this is part of the whole experience through it. And it is difficult. And it does sometimes create a warlike experience, which we are hoping that you will disconnect from and hopefully not have to go through the major energies of that, although it has been happening in your matrix for many years. Many people are separated, 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 and we are asking for unity, unity, unity. Now, what we mean when we say separated is that is, we know, part of the matrix. We completely understand part of the matrix is the separation energy. And now this whole new consciousness is available to you right now. It is more of a collective consciousness, an opportunity for what you would say a unity consciousness. And because of that, very important, because of that, you have the ability to be unity consciousness. And we understand that sometimes people will choose, the human person will choose separation consciousness. And they are overlapping. Separation consciousness and unity consciousness are overlapping, meaning they are starting to blend and become, and the unity consciousness is trying to bring it with it, and the separation consciousness is trying to bring the unity consciousness and break it apart because it knows separation consciousness. And that is what it is comfortable with. And that is the matrix of what you have experienced for a long time on your expressional planetary system. And we recognize that it can feel very, the word that is sometimes used is wonky or crunchy. We understand that. We are not discounting that. And the more that you stay in your center, bring your higher understanding, consciousness, and wisdom into your own physicality, then you live more in unity consciousness. Because for so long you lived in a separation consciousness of your higher consciousness being out here somewhere, hanging out in the ethers, and you are the human body with the egoic self and the physicality and the mental and emotional energies, all separate, separate, separate. They're all separate, separate, separate. And now you have the opportunity to bring more of your higher consciousness through, which is what we are talking about. It's a merging of consciousness and it's a higher consciousness becoming into the physicality of the human beings. And when that happens, you are in what you would call unity consciousness or in a higher consciousness energy system. And you are in more in the collective because now you are your higher self and the egoic self and the physical self all merging within one energy system, which is where we are coming from. Correct? So we are trying to explain to you that when that higher consciousness is being pulled out of your energy system because you have a lot of anger, pain, and hurt, which is normal for your matrix, that will pull that energy out. You need to bring in and breathe in and hold reverence for your higher consciousness to bring it in again. The thing we are going to leave you with right now is that every moment you are exactly where you are, no other place. There is no right and wrong. There is no good or bad. It is just your experience. Right now, you may feel that the duality is pulling hard into right and wrong, and we recognize that. Have grace for yourself, grace for others, and know that you can be your higher self and merge with that energy and bring that forth that will help the consciousness as you as a planetary system and as individuals can bring more of the 5D energy into your experience. We now end this transmission and bring forth your understanding of love, light, and creation. Um, so I think it's done, and we will, I'll see you next week. Much love.